Hello and welcome to Impact Africa, where we celebrate and have conversations with diverse people, organizations, and businesses making a positive impact on lives and communities. In addition, we use the platform to highlight and celebrate events, places, and positive news. I am Dr. Kemi Akeode Adebayo, known as Mama K. In today's program, we're focusing on raising awareness of autism, and we will be recapping some of the events that was held by the Joshua Sandy Institute, which has gone through various names, Nosh for Josh and various others, and they are indeed breaking barriers. So we will show you a video of what autism is about, and as well some clips and slideshow of Joshua while growing up, and as well the bake-off, the famous and popular bake-off that the Josh Sandy Institute held in 2023. Enjoy.
Autism stems from differences in biology that have an influence on brain development. Autism is a lifelong condition. That doesn't mean that children can't make significant improvements in their language and social abilities over time. They can, just like all children, but children don't just grow out of autism. Autism can affect a person's ability to understand subtle emotional cues, such as tone of language or body language. But when emotions are communicated more directly, there's a wealth of evidence showing that children and adults on the spectrum are even more likely to feel empathy for others. Social interaction difficulties and anxiety can sometimes mean that making friends is a struggle. But this should never be confused with a lack of desire to have friendships. The vast majority of children and adults on the spectrum do like to socialise, and sometimes that just means socialising in a different way. It is true that around 10% of autistic people have skills such as maths or drawing that are of extraordinary ability. But this is really just a small proportion of the full numbers of individuals diagnosed with autism. It's best to look past this caricature and see the extraordinary human that lies beyond the diagnosis. 100% categorically no. There have been literally thousands of studies in this area, and all of them have found no association between vaccinations and autism. The assumption that people on the spectrum don't have a sense of humour is absolutely false. Probably the funniest conversations I've ever had have been with autistic kids and adults, and they absolutely run rings around me in telling jokes. Don't be fooled by the news stories that you may see. There is no evidence that individuals on the spectrum are more violent than the rest of the population. None. Many people on the spectrum are in wonderful, loving romantic relationships. Just like the rest of the community, not every person on the spectrum chooses to be in a romantic relationship, but that is not the same as not being capable of doing so. Many people on the spectrum have intellectual disabilities, and also many do not. Just because someone may have communication difficulties doesn't mean that they also have intellectual disabilities. What it means is that we have to assess intelligence in a different way, a way that doesn't rely so heavy on communication skills. Not every child will be great at maths, not every child will repeat back words, not every child will have difficulty speaking, and not every child will have hand mannerisms. Every child and adult on the autism spectrum is different, full of their own unique talents, personalities, and yes, challenges. The label autism doesn't mean one thing. What it is a gateway to understanding a whole new way of thinking about the world, and those children and adults are to be cherished for that fact.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Jordan Key video. And yes, the day has finally arrived, the 16th of June. When we eventually get this intro right, please come with us to the Great Youth Day Bake-Off. Needless to say, it was an amazing turnout, so thank you to everyone who came out in the wind, everyone who made such generous donations, and all the sponsors such as CCFM, the on-site medics, the amazing Double O, Blue Ribbon Bread who hooked us up with this amazing drip, and everyone who assisted and donated towards every kid's meal. And of course, the meals of the volunteers. Today was absolutely fulfilling, not just in the sense of giving back, but also in the sense of taking time out of our day to have a little bit of fun and to watch kids of all ages put their minds to, well, create something amazing, of course. A massive shout out to Nosh for Josh. Thank you for reminding us that Youth Day is more than just another simple public holiday, but it's a day for us to stop and give back.
Be my voice, one cookie at a time.
We hope to see you at the next Great Youth Day Bake-Off. Until then.
Because when you have a reality, when you have a vision, and the reality just kicks in like that, it's so amazing. I did not picture this today. So I am extremely happy, and I'm proud and I'm grateful and blessed, because they say, count your blessings. And every person that's here today is such a blessing, because we are the voice. And when me and Joshua started with the cookies, he kept on asking, I want cookies. And I'm like, no, cookies is a mission, let's go to the shop. And he kept on telling me I want cookies. And you know what he did? That recipe book of my belated mom, we making the cookies. And I have my dearest friend, Buta Yusuf and his wife, which is my kitchen coordinators, that is supportive, that said, let's do this. And you know what? We came up with a name for these cookies. And it's called Be My Voice, one cookie at a time.
So, what personal qualities do you think you have, yes, that has helped you to do some of what you're doing? This is not about you showing off, but something that people will, we want them to know that you need to have, certain qualities that will allow you, to carry on.
Yes.
Like you said, people will ask you, where do you get this energy from? So is it you have to be, you have to have strength, you have to have, what qualities, and then what motivates you? Yes. What motivates you to do what you're doing?
I think my biggest quality is my passion.
Okay.
My passion for helping and sharing and giving, like again going back to my parents, going back to our country, we always like to share, and that's my passion. And having that passion, it brings hope, having the faith and moving forward. And I mean, yes, I have my moments when I'm just down, and you have your motivation that's just went downhill, but you have to uplift yourself. And when you have that WhatsApp message, Sandy, do you have food? Or Sandy, we need this. I mean, you can't stop. There's always, no. It's a constant need. The need is so huge
that you can't afford to, have a pity party for yourself, but to go out there the need is strong.
We've been in several areas in one day. I mean, Sandy's in High Park, then she's in Retreat, then she's in Grassy Park. And it's funny enough, my dear friend Gabriella, she also helps with the social media, etc. We did a check-in just for one day, just to see where we're all going. And the end of the day, it was quite weird, because we went to different areas. We were going in circles, but we checked in here. And it's like, wow.
I think we go that, far.
You're going that extra mile. And you know what? What I love and what makes my day, and it happens all the time, when you serve that food and that person says, thank you.
Oh, or even smiles.
Gosh.
Gives that smile.
Especially children, that touches me a lot, knowing that little bit of food that you just dished in that styrofoam foam bucky made a difference in that elderly or adult or that child's life for that day.
Wow. Whew,
I know.
a lot there. And I know we won't be able to finish, the episodes, the whole talk today.
Yes.
So we're definitely going to be back
Awesome.
to see you. So I hope you will want to have us
Yes,
back.
absolutely.
But before we finish,
Yeah.
I want to just check with you.
Sure.
This, my final question is about, I know you're doing a lot to, feed, in terms of food security, the Nosh for Josh, in terms of people with special needs and so on. And I know definitely you're passionate about autism.
Yes.
And there's a lot you're doing to raise awareness,
Yes.
of that. So what more do you think in terms of solutions, needs to be done for people with autism or any special needs?
Wow, that is a good one. Again, the need is huge. Yes, there is gender-based violence, which is also big. There is cancer. There is so many, I don't know like to call it diseases, but there is a lot out there. But I feel the downfall is respect for our disabilities, respect for our autism, respect for our Down syndrome, the same with fetal. I feel that our special needs community, it doesn't mean it's only me coming from me and my husband because we have a special needs child. I just feel that the community needs to be made aware so that child or adult will be treated with respect. Because at this stage, they will think, oh wow, why is the child screaming? Why is the child crying? But in the meanwhile, it's part of that autism or part of fetal alcohol syndrome. And the staring, gosh, everybody likes to stare at you. This is me and my husband. My husband will hide under the table, not being funny. When somebody looks at me, or not even me, when looks at my child and he was just stimming, I actually go up to them and I said, you know what, my child is special needs, he's got autism. And you know what they say? I'm sorry. You don't have to tell me I'm sorry. Come on. I am, and with my husband and with my family, we are so blessed to have our son and to be special needs, because God blessed you with that child, knowing you can handle it. You can cope with it. Yes, he's testing you by faith. He's testing your energy. He's testing you in every day. But you are blessed with that child. And therefore, with special needs is my passion. Again, it's not because of my son, but I've been doing a lot of medical tourism. I've been in different countries, Senegal, Uganda, Cameroon. I've been there. I've seen it. I've experienced it. And the same with my son. I mean, Joshua was born on the 2nd of April on World Autism Day and diagnosed at age 2. It's a lot of twos involved. And he will be 15 this year. Okay. And we had our fair share. I mean, we've seen it, done it, experienced. You can't tell me nothing because I've been through it. And you know what? It's a journey. And for us, again, we as parents, myself and my husband, and I always include my husband because he's the strength on my side. Yes, he's the quiet one, I'm the bubbly one, but we balance each other out. And balancing each other out is because of Joshua. And bringing two couples together, or a husband and a wife together, and have that unite makes you much more stronger. And I know for parents it's very sad when you have to find out your child is diagnosed, and this is where we are coming in. I mean, it took us 6 months to actually find out what was wrong with our son. That's what I'm saying. Been there, done it, seen it, the whole shebang. But there was so much with Joshua already when he was born. But knowing and finding out, it's almost like it's a death sentence. It's a death sentence. I mean, the same with cancer. I mean, having a stroke and you're finding out you're half disabled. So when it comes to with the diagnosis and you ask questions, and I think this is also where I have a lot of energy. I like to ask questions. I want to know why. And why did he do this? And why did she do that? And how can I fix it? That type of thing. And when our son Joshua was diagnosed, we didn't stop with it. I mean, we just continued, and we didn't stop. And I said to myself, and I said to my husband, and I was extremely supported by my parents as well, again with my brother and sister and the rest of the family. Don't give up hope on your child, because your child will pick up that energy, and there we go. I mean, when I have a sad day, Josh has got a sad day. So I have to be like a bouncing bunny every day for my son to have a good day at class or at school. So that little bit of hope that you have for your child is where actually myself and my husband started the Nosh for Josh Foundation, because we want to leave a legacy behind for our son. So we as parents is not there one day, Nosh for Josh can still carry on with him and with friends and family that's supporting him.
So tell us a little bit. So how did you get to Cape Town from Montague?
How did I get from Cape Town to Montague? Obviously, because I matriculated in Montague, but my passion was food, funny enough, because of my mom. My mom made the most amazing milk tarts and fit cook and curry brawn and all of those things. And I studied home economics. But you know, when you're young, you first say, no, I don't want to do this. I first wanted to be a marine biologist, but Lord, I can't swim to save my life. Then my mom says, you know what, go into food. You like food and stuff. And because my mom is the baker, why not? So I studied food service management at Cape Technicon, Granger Bay. I studied there for 3 years, and from there I moved on to, you know, when you have to do your experiential training to old age homes, the Radisson Hotel, the Villa Via. So I did my thing. And then from there I just explored going into events. But you know what, that little seed that was planted, it always comes back to you, which we will share.
Awesome. So now let's go to your NPO, non-profit organization, the South African Society of Hope, SASH, you know, for short. How, when, and what made you to start that?
It started in 2014, but you know what? I was in corporate for so long. I was in publishing for 8 years. And then I went over to, publishing and corporate at the same time. So in total, I was in corporate for 15 years. But doing the CSI in the company, that was a little eye-opener for me, because the need is huge. I mean, yes, you can help today, but what about tomorrow? And I actually went into where I worked the Monday morning, and this is bizarre. Without deciding what I want in life, I just went the Monday morning to work, and I said to my boss, I'm going to quit my job. With no backup, with no nothing. I just want to quit my job. But you know what? There was a reason why I had to quit my job, because my mom fell ill. And my mom fell ill in the same period. But you know, when you're so excited because you quit your job, you got your pension money out. This is Sandy. I just blew it on my parents and my mom, my husband and my wife. But that was, you know, there's a sign for everything. And my mom and my son is born, well, it's the same birthday, which is April. My mom is the 11th and my son is the 2nd of April. And I treated them to 5-star hotel for that weekend. And we bonded. Me and my mom went for our manis and pedis and we had spa treatment and stuff. And then my mom got ill in June. She had a pain in her ankle, and a few days later, her skin was just erupting. Oh no. But she was diabetes. So in that period, remember, I just gave up my job. I was there for mom. So I had to drive my mom and dad up from up country to the hospital. She was in Panorama Hospital, Newlands Clinic, back and forth. And then she just gave up on life. And she passed on the 29th of November. And you know what? We buried my mom the 5th of December. And I always get emotional.
It's okay.
Because on the 5th of December, I did a feeding for 1,500 children. And I had nothing. Absolutely nothing. 5th of December, I buried my mom. 8th of December was the actual Christmas feeding for the children in retreat. The 6th of December, messages and messages came through. People supporting it. And from that day onwards, I said to myself, I will not give up on hope, because there's a reason for everything. And this is why I'm moving forward in life, because what my parents pass on to me, I want to pass it on to my son. And once there's hope, anything is possible. Yes, sorry. I just get so emotional when I touch on my parents.
Yeah, I know. And you recently lost your dad not so long ago as well. You said, yeah. But they're watching over you.
Oh yes, I believe that.
Yeah, they're your angels.
I believe that.
And like you said, you know, you were so close to them.
Extremely.
So you were the one who was there most of the time.
Yes.
So it's understandable,
Yeah.
you know, that you will feel like the way you feel. Wow, kudos to the Joshua Sandy Institute for breaking barriers and helping to raise awareness of autism. And Joshua, Mark and Sandy, I salute you. I celebrate you. You heard there through the video where Sandy was sharing some of the qualities that, you know, motivates her, which are a passion for helping and sharing. And as well, I hope you enjoyed the amazing bake-off that took place. Wow. Can't wait for 2024, where we work with the Joshua Sandy Institute to raise more awareness of what autism is about and to celebrate all the people that work behind the scenes, and just letting you know that there's a lot more we need to do to those who struggle with one form of disability or another. Well, that's all we've got time for today. Till next time, this is me, Mama K, saying stay safe, stay blessed. God is love.